Hello everyone, this is Catalina from daydreamingtoreality.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make beautiful bookmarks with your Cricut machine. I love bookmarks. Funny thing though is that I don't read a lot, but I just like them. I like designing them and they seem to be very popular. Anyway, before we go to Cricut Design Space, let me show you all the tools and materials we're going to do to complete this project. For the bookmarks, I'm going to be using these two papers, kind of like a hot pink, purple, something in there, and this beautiful blue. I like the contrast between them. You don't need these two exact colors. You can just use whatever you have on hand. I'm also going to be using some of this silver iron-on to decorate my bookmark. And since we're going to be using iron-on, we also need an iron to transfer it. You can use your regular household iron, but today I'm going to be using just my Easy Press Mini. It's easy, convenient, and if you don't have it, I do have like a review and I'm going to leave it somewhere in the window. And yes, I really like this little guy a lot. So, but if you don't have it, just use a regular household iron or a mini craft iron. They also sell them at Michael's, yada yada. And of course, since we're also using iron-on, I'm gonna be using this little weeder. And for the final touch, we're gonna be using twine. You can skip that step if you want to, but I really like having like a little twine at the top of my bookmark. It looks cute, plus it helps me find it on whatever book I'm reading. So let's just go to Cricut Design Space and see how to make the bookmarks. We're here in Cricut Design Space, but I'm gonna show you how to download the files from my website in case you wanna follow along. Here's my website, and here you'll find a step-by-step tutorial with even more examples that what I'm gonna cover in this video. But if you scroll all the way down over here, you're gonna find all these cool bookmarks. Depending on your browser settings, every time you click on download SVG, you're gonna trigger a download file or it's gonna open in a new window. And it just really depends on your settings. So if you click here, like let's just say fell asleep here, it opened in a new window for me. And if that happens to you, just right click on your computer and say click and save image as. And I'm gonna save it here on my desktop, and I'm gonna click here, fell asleep here, and I'm gonna go back. And I'm also going to be using, I like this one, and then I'm gonna save it. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go back to Cricut Design Space and I'll upload these files. Click on upload. And let's click here on browse, desktop, and let's do fell asleep here. Perfect. And now I'm going to upload the bookmark template too. Perfect. Now select these two and click on insert images. It is very easy. You can also do them with shapes and things like that. Now I have my two files, but before I can make my bookmarks, I need to tie it up a little bit. First, look at this file, it's all over the place. So since I just need it in one single layer, I'm gonna click on weld. And that's perfect. Now for this one, I included like these 3 templates, but I'm only gonna be using these 2. This light blue one and pink one, and I'm gonna get rid of these 2. Perfect. Here I'm just going to resize my bookmark. Select these 2 layers by dragging your mouse like this, and then what is the height that you want for your bookmark? I would say I want it to be around 5.5 inches. and then it will complete right there. I may even want it a little, I'm gonna do it 6 inches, actually. Perfect. And now let's resize the fell asleep here file. And I just gonna resize it so I know it will fit here. And that looks good to me. Now you don't really have to change colors right now, but let's just do it. The blue color is actually gonna be more like a teal color. Let's try to find it. Sometimes it's hard to find colors. Oh, look at it, that worked perfect for me. And this one I'm gonna do the purple. More like a pink. Perfect. And this one is gonna be silver. This is gonna be one cute bookmark for sure. Don't you think? Perfect, perfect. Our bookmark is ready. Now let's just click on Make It so we can cut it. Also, make sure that you selected the machine you own, of course. If you have like the Cricut Maker or the Explorer 2, Explorer 1, Explorer 2, Explorer, and Explorer 1, you won't get this. This is only for the Cricut Maker 3 or Explorer 3, but I'm gonna cut everything on the mat. Now, this is gonna be done with iron on, so we have to mirror the image. Otherwise, the design is gonna look backwards when we transfer it, and we don't want that. Now, I'm gonna teach you something really cool. I know we changed the colors in Cricut Design Space, but if you're using the same material, like I am using the same brand of cardstock for this bookmark, you can move this object to this mat. And then what we can do is that we can put a piece of paper on this side and a piece of paper on that side. So we just have to do 2 mats instead of 3. One for the iron on and the other one for the bookmarks. Okay, so let's click on continue. Now we're gonna select the material. There's 2 different materials. Foil iron on, in my case, I don't know if you're using other type of iron on, and cardstock. If you have a machine with a smart set dial, like the older Explorer machines, move it to custom so you can select the materials from the Cricut Design Space. I always leave the smart dial on custom on all my Explorer machines, and I don't ever make mistakes. But if you have any of the other machines, you should be looking at this same screenshot. Now let's click on Browse All Materials and type in foil to find foil iron on. I have it here, foil iron on, and I'm gonna click on Done. Every time that I'm working with iron on, I just like cutting with more pressure. I feel that things go more smooth like that. So let's just go prepare the mat and start cutting. Here's my mat. And I'm gonna trim a little bit of this because I just don't need to put the entire thing in there. It's a very small piece. Now let's place it here. And with a brayer, this is one of my favorite tools in the Cricut world. Like, you have to get it. This is just amazing. To make sure the material sticks in, let's open our machine. And let's load our mat. Press the flash and go button on your machine. If you have a Cricut Joe, you have to start the cut in Cricut Design Space. The first cut is done. Now let's just cut our paper. Let me move the machine here. And we'll wait later. I'm gonna The best way to remove materials from the mat is by bending it. And now we're gonna cut the paper. I do need a paper trimmer, so let me just do this one here. Perfect. Now it's very important that you place the paper where you put it on in Cricut Design Space. I'm gonna click here and edit to just find it. I'm gonna move them here actually for me to be able to see better, to do it better. Now the big one is the hot pink goes here according to Cricut Design Space. Perfect. And the bigger one goes right in here. I like saving time like this, but let me tell you that sometimes I do make mistakes and it sucks. But if you take the time, I think it's a fantastic thing to do. Use your brayer again. Let's open the machine. Let's change the material in Cricut Design Space. So I'm gonna select light cardstock. Let's load the mat. Perfect. Again, press the flash and go button and let's cut our bookmark. My machine is done cutting, so I'm gonna unload and I'm gonna set my machine aside. And now let's assemble the bookmarks. So first, let me just take this one from here. If you're using the Easy Press Mini, I recommend you go to the Cricut Hit Guide and find the settings. I always like to do this. And I am going to be using foil iron-on, and then for the base material, I have here cardstock, and I'm gonna click on apply, and it's gonna tell me the temperature that the Easy Press Mini needs. But while my Easy Press Mini heats up, I'm gonna weed the design here. And let's do this here. Just finished reading and I want to show you how cute this little design looks. Isn't that so pretty? It's gonna look so beautiful on the bookmark. Now let's glue the bookmark together. Something very important when you're working with paper is the glue. You don't want to use cheap glue because then your paper will get like bubbly and it looks horrible, in my opinion. So you can use like crafter's tape. I also like Beacon 3-in-1. They're really good options. And then you just go like this. There you go. That looks perfect to me. Look at it. That's pretty, isn't it? Now we have the Easy Press Mini and we need the Easy Press mat. And we're gonna put the little design there. It's gonna be so pretty. Let's place it like this here. Cricut does recommend to use heat resistant tape when you are using iron-on paper, but I don't do it. If you've never done iron-on paper, maybe it's a good idea. So I'm just going to move around here like this. I waited until the carrier sheet felt cold to the touch, and now I'm just going to peel it off the bookmark. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Wow, I mean, this just looks that you bought it at in Target or something. It is absolutely beautiful. Finally, let's do some twine. Just cut it. Do a little knot initially, like this. And now let's just put it inside the bookmark, like this. It's so hard for me to explain these things in English, like, but I mean, you insert the twine inside the little hole and then you just do like a little loop, I guess. And there we have a precious, beautiful, gorgeous bookmark. Okay, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned how to make beautiful bookmarks with your Cricut machine. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Visit the link in the description for my step-by-step tutorial where I cover like how to use Cricut pens, other types of materials, and beautiful cutouts. I want to make more videos about that. If you want me to do other types of tutorials, let me know in the comments down below because I would love to. This is the year where I want to be better at posting YouTube videos. Like seriously. I want to. I really want to. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.